Now, is there anything, let's say, a student body president can't accomplish everything in their
Correct.
Term.
Right.
Is there anything going on right now with a current student body president that a former student body president once started? Is there anything like that is going and is in the works?
Is in the works?
Multiple year process.
This is kind of a unique year because we've had two student body presidents.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest role of the student body president isn't the legacy they're leaving. That's important. It's important to have a big picture and say, I want to accomplish this. But their role is their communication with the administration, their communication with students, and making sure that students' voices, they accurately hear students' voices, and those are accurately conveyed to the administration. And that's a huge part of the day-to-day, and that goes on year after year after year. So that's kind of... we need to not lose sight of that and recognize that while it's important to think about all these other concerns and think about corporate worship or Fort Wayne students and all of those things, it's important and it's relevant and it's important to try and make a difference and do what we can to make a difference. But it's more important that the student body's concerns be accurately conveyed to the administration.
Right.
And so I think that's the year-to-year project of the student body president.
Okay. Now, do you have any projects in mind that would take more than just your tenure?
Well, there's lots of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I've had all sorts of ideas thrown at me, and a lot of them are ongoing. Like, I'll change something, but in a year or two it might need to be looked at again. I'm hoping that the dancing clause of the LTC can be looked at seriously, and we can say, look, there's a reason the clause is there. There's a reason that it's important to be there. I mean, there's certain types of dancing that we don't want to encourage. There's people that struggle with dancing. There's people that deal with all those issues that relate around social dancing and those sorts of things. But there's also a lot of students that desire some form of dancing on campus or anywhere while they're under the LTC.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping to make that a reality with maybe a ballroom dancing class.
Okay.
Options like that allow students to express themselves in that way without harming other students.
Right. It's an alternative option. It's like it's an exception to the
Like there's a folk dancing class now, a PHP class.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't we have a ballroom dancing class?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Swing dancing, whatever.
Right.
All right.
So.
All right. Now shifting a little bit here, if you look at other student body presidents in the past, what do you feel that you have to offer that other ones have not brought forth to the plate?
Past student body presidents?
Anyone? Yeah, past
or,
student.
or
yes.
anything?
Past student body presidents, or what do you feel that you have that other people have not yet contributed?
Okay. Well, let's start at the beginning. Student government experience.
Okay.
I've been involved for a long time. I was involved through high school. I'm in student senate here. I was strongly considering a run for ICC and all sorts of other things over the past 2 years. And so I've learned how the system works, which is an important quality for a student body president to have. And that's kind of priority one. Priority two is effectively communicating with the students and saying, here's what students are concerned about. What can we do within this system to make it work? Mm-hmm. And I think my background as a communications major, my background as a computer science major and a systems analyst before that, really come together and make that ideal for me. Because I can look at a situation and I can say, what can we do here? And why isn't this working the way it is right now? So it's a lot of analyzing things and looking at what's happening. And I think I'm the strongest candidate, and I think that hasn't always happened in the past, the same method.
Yeah.
Because obviously past student body presidents haven't necessarily been as systems-minded, so they think about it a different way. Mm-hmm. And I just think that it becomes easier to accomplish things if you already know the process and you already are thinking about how to solve these problems. So.
All right. Now, one thing that you've been talking about that I kind of like the idea of is the email, the more of a newsletter kind of thing that you came up with. How would they go about doing that?
Okay. Well, right now, how the email system works is there's 4 or 5 people that are allowed to forward emails to the entire campus.
Okay. Otherwise, you get in big trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really.
Yeah.
I mean, you could if you had the names of all the students and typed them all in. But there's 4 or 5 people that can use the mailing list.
Okay.
And so those people get forwarded emails from vice president level people, deans and all those sorts of people. And those emails get forwarded on just from any of those people.
Okay.
Rob Creighton is the one that everybody
right.
knows.
Absolutely.
Or at least knows his email address.
Yeah.
So that's how it currently works. I propose that, and we're looking at different ways to accomplish the newsletter style. But maybe Rob or someone like that would be the only one who sends out campus email, and all the email gets forwarded there. My original concept is Monday, Wednesday, Friday emails. Send 3 a week, newsletter style. Doing some more research, looking into the urgency of certain messages. I'm thinking 1 every day might be better.
Okay.
So Monday through Friday, you get an email at noon or whatever.
Yeah.
That says, here's what's going on today, here's what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot more effective way to read your email. I think that's it helps students not have to hit the delete key on their computers 5 million times. It's just a more effective way of getting messages across and not wasting student time. How that's actually technically going to be accomplished, we're working on right now. So that's in the works.
Right. I mean, before I came over here, I checked my email, and I had 9 messages in my inbox that were labeled Taylor announcement, and I felt like you can put all 9 of those things in one email,
right?
And then I can just scroll through it and read what I want.
Absolutely, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, now going into Monday,
the final debates.
The final debates. Now on this previous Monday, were there any nerves before it? Do you feel like you're gonna have any nerves on Monday?
Well, there's always a little bit of nerves. I can't pretend that I got this.
Yeah.
There's always a little nerve.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a huge deal.
Okay.
It's important to be a little nervous.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get I got this.
Yeah.
And it's important not to be that way.
Yeah.
Too many nerves is a bad thing on the same side. But no, I think these debates are going to go over a lot smoother, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now that there's 2 of us, we can engage in dialogue. We can maybe not direct dialogue. Like,
Right.
But when we answer a question, we've got more. We can directly answer someone else's replies.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it can be more of an actual discussion, which is what I'm really hoping for.
Okay. So you don't have a fear of getting asked that question and then getting cold feet.
I'm not worried about that question.
All right.
No.
Okay. Good. Now, do you get yourself ready for this in any way? I mean, are you like in your room blasting music and I'm ready for the student body president debates?
Well, everybody has their own way of relaxing beforehand, and that's certainly important. I do listen to music typically before, I relax, put on my headphones, just chill in my room and listen to some music.
What's your relaxation song or your pump-up song?
My relaxation song. I usually, it's usually fairly random.
Okay.
I flip on the iTunes 5-star playlist.
All right, anything.
Play the 5 stars because all those songs are songs that I enjoy. They're songs that, one way or another will relax me and energize me. So
right. Help you prepare for the debates.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we wish you luck on Monday. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Thank you, Josh.
This was Getting to Know You with your student body president candidate, Mike Henry. I'm Josh Johnson for WTUR 89.7 FM,